Hey Louisville family, I wanted to bring you a number of updates since Governor Kemp has changed his order that churches are allowed to meet as early as this coming Sunday. Yesterday your session met to discuss all of these issues and came to a number of decisions that I want to pass on to you. The first is that we will continue to live stream our services for the foreseeable future. The session has agreed to come back together the week of May 11th and reevaluate our situation. I want to prepare you. It may very well be June 1st before we gather again for corporate worship. They're also deciding things like what does that look like once we can come back together, and how do we do church then? What happens with Sunday school, communion, offering, all those types of things. We're as concerned about your physical well-being as we are your spiritual well-being. And so know that we continue to talk, we continue to meet, we continue to evaluate as new data comes in. But we feel that for now, it is best that we continue to live stream our services at 11 o'clock each Sunday. So we'll continue to do that. We may well continue to do that even after we come together. So great has been the reach that the Lord has given us around the country for those services. I want you to also know that we continue to appreciate your faithfulness in tithes and offerings. We received a report that offerings continue to be pretty strong, and we want to continue to encourage you to mail a check to the church or drop one by. You can go online and give online now as well. And so take advantage of those opportunities to continue to support your church. But for the moment, stay well, stay safe. Know that we are continuing to monitor the situation very closely, and we long with all of our hearts to greet you in person again and to have covenant family worship here. But for now, we're going to continue as we have been. If you need some help or know someone who needs some help getting Facebook live stream or YouTube to work in their home, don't hesitate to reach out to a session member or a deacon or call the church, and we'll be glad to assist you. Likewise, if you're struggling with any emotional issues, if you're having any kind of problems during these days, please call the church. We're glad to help you, to meet with you, to encourage you, and to pray with you during these days. So thank you for your faithfulness in these trying times, and we certainly look forward to gathering together again in the days to come. One last thing that I would mention to you. I'm sure many of you, like me, have longed for the Lord's Supper, and we have not been able to gather in person to do that. And it will be different when we can finally gather together, I'm sure. But I read an interesting blog, and it's a take that I have come to appreciate over the last several days, and that is to view this time away from the Lord's table as a time of prayer and fasting. Our Scottish forefathers would sometimes go many months, even years, without communion for lack of a pastor. And I want to encourage you that when we can't gather together, to take this time away from the Lord's table, to spend it in prayer and fasting for a closer walk with your God. Be blessed, Louisville family. Know that I love you and I miss you dearly. Your session is concerned about you and continues to follow the news and the events and is watching after you. Thank you.